Hello. It is time once again for mid-card mana. You got over here Sam Keola, the wrestling connoisseur. You have over here the Loose Cannon. And today we are doing our predictions on lots of things, but this prediction specifically is going to be about Supercard of Honor 12. That is going to be on Saturday, April 7, 2018 of WrestleMania weekend. And so there's a lot going on, of course, in that weekend, a lot of wrestling, but this one we're going to focus a little bit more on the pretty stacked card of Supercard of Honor. So
I'm going to go on a limb and say this is probably going to be a better show than WrestleMania. If you're like a wrestling fan.
Yeah. So they have, for Supercard of Honor, they're going to have the semifinals for the Women of Honor tournament to crown who will be the first Ring of Honor Women's Champion. So the two semifinal matches they're going to have are Kelly Klein versus Mayu Iwatani and Sumiya Sakai versus Tennille Dashwood, or Emma, of course. Mm-hmm. So I'm calling the finals are going to be Iwatani versus Emma versus Tennille Dashwood. And I say, unfortunately, as much as it pains me to say this, I say Dashwood gets it. I say Emma is going to be the first Ring of Honor Women's Champion.
You know, also of note,
although
Cody,
Mayu is hugely and insanely talented and really should be the champion, that would be my pick. She is, I think it was apples to apples.
Cody,
but she is, of course, contemporary with both Kairi Sane, Hojo, and Io Shirai. So she definitely has the caliber to win it, although I think that they're going to go a little bit more with name value of...
I think so. Dashwood.
Dashwood.
Cody recently tweeted that he wants women to join Bullet Club.
Yes.
And what better person than Emma Dashwood, or Tennille Dashwood, to join the Bullet Club. She fits perfectly.
And the whole, it's all about me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could be the new Adam Cole.
That could be, yeah. That could be something that's planned, or it could just be something to throw us off. Who knows?
I think definitely there. Well, I mean, and we'll talk a little bit more about the Bullet Club dynamics as we talk about more of the matches. But I mean, I think definitely she would be a really good front runner, especially because she is, one, a huge notable person, and two, she's primed to lead the division.
Yeah.
And what better person to recruit for your cause than the leader? So that's, unfortunately, I think that's going to probably happen pretty early on in the show. It's going to be the only women's matchups that we see. But the next match that I want to talk about, which I think is going to be interesting, is Tomohiro Ishii versus Punishment Martinez. And I say Martinez gets the surprise here.
Really?
Yes, they've been doing an interesting sort of possible push with Punishment Martinez. Like, he was the first person to score a win over Ospreay when Ospreay finally won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. The first person that he fought afterwards beat him, and that was Punishment Martinez.
It'd be a hell of a push, it really would. Because, I mean, Ishii ain't no weekend off.
The Stone Pitbull, man.
Yeah, he has no neck.
No. It's just head.
Yeah. I think if he wins, I don't think he really won the match. Like, I think he'll get the shit beat out of him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So he might like win in name value only.
Oh, yeah.
But
no, I think he'll get the win, but I don't think it'll.
Yeah.
I don't think physically he'll withstand it as well.
Like a winner.
Yeah. So the next match I want to talk about is
Happy Easter.
Yeah. Is for the Ring of Honor World 6-Man Tag Team Championships, and it's going to be a ladder match. So that is the current champions. That's SoCal Uncensored. That's Scorpio Sky, Christopher Daniels, and Frankie Kazarian versus Flip Gordon and the Young Bucks.
I'm going to call Flip Gordon and the Young Bucks.
I know, I am too. And I say Flip is the one that actually climbs the ladder and wins it for them.
There's some major movement going on within the Bullet Club. All those varying storylines.
And even outside of storyline, I think Flip Gordon has shown, just as far as in-ring work, that they are very high on Flipboard in. He did perform at the Strong Style Evolved show that they had. So I think definitely it is Flip Gordon's time to start to move a little bit more up.
Yeah.
And what better way than to have him paired with, of course, the Young Bucks as the Ring of Honor World Six-Man Tag Team Champions.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty simple. I think that's like one of the few things that we've just both instantly agreed on.
It's just been booked that way, it seems to me. Very very well.
So next match we're going to talk about is Kenny King versus Silas Young in a last man standing match for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. I say King retains.
Yeah.
I nothing against Silas Young. I think Silas Young has had a lot of really good showings, and I think this will be no different. I think he will.
He's the last real man, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think he will have a really good showing again in this, but I think Kenny King will just barely edge him out.
Did I maybe imagine this, but I thought I had heard Silas Young was offered a spot in NXT.
I believe it. I don't recall myself
sure
reading
but
anything about it, but
I don't know if it was recently or what. I don't know. Yeah, I think we both agree on King.
so next match we're going to talk about is the Briscoes, of course, Mark and Jay Briscoe versus Jay Lethal and Hiroshi Tanahashi with their World Tag Team Championships on the line.
Wow. It's kind of hard to go against Lethal and Tanahashi.
But kind of hard to go against the Briscoes too.
Especially since Tanahashi's injured. So would you consider this like Tanahashi's taking time off in some ways to do some matches at ROH? Or, I don't know.
Hard to tell.
It would be interesting. It would add something fresh for the Briscoes, that's for sure. So,
Well, I mean,
and
so
for
I've
Lethal,
I've said many times. So I have favorite tag teams, of course, in each of the different promotions. Favorite in WWE, the Usos. Favorite in New Japan. Kind of a split now, but Guerrillas of Destiny, honestly. I love Tama Tonga and Takaroa. Favorite in Ring of Honor, Briscoes, easily. So I think this is a really good opportunity, and especially with the rise of how tag teams are being taken a lot more seriously across the board, I think this would be a really good opportunity for the Briscoes to show why they are one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
And by beating someone who was a former Ring of Honor champion and beating someone who was a former IWGP World Heavyweight champion.
I will say, I'm gonna say Lethal and Tanahashi just to get another match out of it. You know,
Even though Tanahashi really should be resting his whole body.
he should, but maybe this will be rest. This is his vacation.
Wow.
Because that's how he rolls.
Well, we'll see.
That's all I gotta say about that.
So next match we're going to talk about, and I think this is precisely where it's going to fall on the card, is third to the last. Hangman Page versus Kota Ibushi.
It's a tough one, really. Just because Hangman has taken a lot of falls lately. And he was kind of on a roll there for a while. But he just lost to Switchblade. And he's been on fire. I mean, really.
Yes.
Hangman's been doing some amazing work.
Especially on Being the Elite, where he gets a little bit more of an opportunity to really present who he is as a character and why we should care about him.
Yeah.
Instead of being sort of the background guy in the Bullet Club.
Well, not just his match against Switchblade, which was great.
It was really good.
But in the tag match with Cody against the Golden Lovers, He showed a lot of stuff in that match. I would like to say Hangman would win, but I don't think he will. I think,
No.
Ibushi's kind of our new Tanahashi in some ways.
He should be,
Yeah.
honestly.
And
Kota Ibushi is hugely talented.
why they haven't made him the ace is beyond me in Japan.
Especially
And I think
because
that's why we get the Golden Lovers right
he
now.
essentially is the ace.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at the crowd support behind him all the time, the consistency of his performances, he is 100% the ace. They
Yeah.
just did not give him that title yet
Yeah.
because Tanahashi is still go ace.
I think that's why we kind of have Golden Lovers right now. Something for Kitty to do, something for him to do, and keep them out of the title picture. Yeah, I'm gonna say
Kota,
Kota. Yeah,
definitely, I agree. I think that
I
my
think we'll see
prediction,
a
Kota
great
proves
match.
that the Golden Star will shine forever. I think Hangman will get at least 1 or 2 near falls.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be a really good match. Yeah.
Okay, so the next match that I'm going to talk about is for the Ring of Honor World Championship. So that is Dalton Castle versus Marty Scurll. I was like, my prediction came pretty instantaneously as soon as I saw it. I say, my prediction, Scurll is for girls, not for the boys, like Dalton Castle and the boys.
How
I say-
awesome though would it be?
I say Castle retains.
It would be so completely awesome if Skrull won.
It would start the Cody Scurll feud.
Especially,
Honestly.
maybe it would be interesting dynamic of how that would work because you're gonna have a world champion. Is he gonna be, everybody gonna be going for him? Like, hey, you need to be on my side. I don't know, or would this just be the point where he starts the villains club?
I mean, the interesting thing too is
He didn't win
if
the
Marty
Junior,
beats Dalton Castle here,
spoiler alert.
he can say, oh yeah, sorry for suckers and
But
he can say that he beat the guy that beat Cody.
yeah, so I don't know. That's a toss up for me, really.
It is no question to me. I definitely am Team Dalton Castle. All the way for that. I think the Party Peacock is gonna cinch it. I think his championship wins at Final Battle was a long time coming.
Yeah.
And he's shown that he's a good worker. He's good at working with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And he is charismatic he's charismatic enough that heel, face, tag team champion, singles champion,
So in the
can
long
carry
run,
it.
who's going to take it off of him? Would you say?
I would probably... Wow, this is going to sound ridiculous.
Uh-huh.
But this is my favorite feud that Dalton Castle has had. Colt Cabana.
Interesting.
Colt Cabana has never won the Ring of Honor Championship. He had a really good feud with Jay Lethal over it, but just couldn't cinch the win. And for a while, Colt Cabana was tagging with Dalton Castle, and then Cabana turned on Castle. And they sort of went their separate ways. Cabana's doing a little bit more commentary work for Ring of Honor these days. But I mean, what a way for Cabana to come back and finally get that one win. And the person, I mean, like I said, Dalton Castle, to me, his best feud was with Colt Cabana. With a heel Cabana, which was interesting to see because Colt Cabana is usually the lovable goofball face. So that's my dream booking as far as that goes.
Okay, and I guess the last match.
Is of course the leader versus leader, if you want to call it
Yeah,
that.
I guess so.
That is, of course, Kenny Omega versus
Cody.
Rhodes for, I guess, unofficial ownership of or leadership of the Bullet Club.
So it'll be interesting how this pans out,
And it's gonna be interesting, kind of how all
what
of
that
the
means.
storyline stuff will culminate here.
Yeah. Will it culminate?
Well, I mean, we've seen traces of it at Wrestle Kingdom. Or yeah, from as far back as Wrestle Kingdom, we've seen it. Of course, definitely as Strong Style evolved. There's Honor Rising.
I don't think this will be the end of it.
I don't think this will be the end of it by far, but I think there's going to be a lot that culminates here, and you're going to see a little bit more
At least
of
between
a.
Kenny and Cody, maybe.
Or I think there's going to be a little bit
Or where the lines are drawn.
clearer of a divide of where people stand. Because on the last episode of Being the Elite, where he tries to unveil the new logo and everything, and then the Young Bucks realize that he's pretty much been encouraging them to break up. Sort of trying to work on each of them individually.
Right.
So they kind of realize they maybe can't trust Cody Rhodes as much as they thought they could. So it'll be interesting to see, will the Bucks go for Kenny, who in I guess the long and short of it has been a lot more transparent with his intentions than Cody, who's been a lot more veiled and therefore seems a lot less trustworthy.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, Kota
I think
Ibushi's going to be on the
definitely-
side of Kenny.
Nick is definitely going to be on Kenny's side, I think. But I think he will follow wherever his brother goes, also. And I don't think the Kenny Matt
I think
finished.
Nick is a lot more of the even tempered, whereas Matt will be the one that's a lot more emotional.
Yeah.
So I think if you're gonna keep the Bucks together, it's gonna be Matt's gonna make the final decision, Nick's gonna follow. If you're gonna break them up,
Which is essentially what happened in their match with the Golden Lovers.
yeah,
Too. Which was good. A little spotty for me, but it was good.
how dare you?
No,
No, it was though.
spotty.
But I mean, I felt like
story.
a lot of the spotness was not for nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. The Bucks are a little spotty for me. Some of the stuff just is it doesn't have the psychology I think it needs. But yeah, this match should be really good. Cody's already busted open.
Yep.
He had a huge gash. I don't know if he got stitches or not. I'm assuming he did. Above his eye from the tag match the other night. So I'm sure he's going to bleed. I don't think there's any way it's going to be healed up in time for this match. So I'm sure he's going to bleed in this match because it'll probably get busted back open.
Oh yeah. I'm sure both of them will bleed.
This is it's a really tough one to call because I don't think no matter who wins, it's going to affect the decision where people lie. Whereas it has in the past with the Bullet Club. You know, somebody gets beaten down, somebody gets kicked out, they're kicked out, and the Bullet Club comes into allegiance. They don't go against the club.
Yeah.
You know, the club comes first. And that's what Tonga has always been about. It's the club comes first. If you're going to lead, but you better lead the club. So this one's a little bit different, though, in that Tonga doesn't like either of these guys, really. And the line's already been drawn, because essentially what Cody did was nothing different than what Kenny did or what they did to AJ or Balor when the leader got kicked out before. So
The only difference has been in the styles of leadership
right.
of the new person. I think Tama Tonga is a little bit closer to being cool with Kenny Omega than he is with Cody. But I don't think that's saying a whole lot.
That's not saying a lot. I think he only went with it because everybody else went with it.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go against the club. So it'll be interesting to
But that's
see.
why he should be the team leader.
I'm wondering if that's where they're going with it. and it'll be interesting to see what happens from there. Will we get a new elite separate from the Bullet Club, which is just like Kenny, the Bucks,
Marty,
Coda, Marty, maybe, I don't know. Will we get a group with Cody, Hangman, and
Brandy.
whoever?
Just
I don't know. And then we have the Bullet Club, the OG
The
Bullet
BCOGs.
Club, which I kind of feel like is that what's they're heading towards.
I mean, Bullet Club has been getting large, and I mean they've been large for a while. But I mean, once you have a stable that's that big, it kind of gets a little unruly and hard to control. So
I would imagine also there's probably some political feelings backstage from the New Japan guys that are solidly New Japan contract-wise and not getting booked over a lot of the interpromotional stuff that comes in. And I would totally understand that. If you're Fale and you're opening the show every card, and the ROH guys are coming in and being upper cards, then it's going to ruffle
What the
feathers.
hell?
I think, yeah,
because you're bad luck, Fale.
right.
You need to take this shit.
So I mean, there is stuff like that may be coming into play with this, and I don't know if that means we'll see less of Cody and the Bucks and whatever in New Japan.
Which I'm honestly okay with.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Cody Rhodes. I like the Young Bucks, but I mean,
They don't have to be there every
yeah.
pay-per-view or anything.
I also like a lot of other people in New Japan. I like Sho and Yo. I like Ryusuke Taguchi and ACH, even though I don't think they're tagging anymore. I like a lot of the other talent.
There's a lot of Young Lions too.
There are a lot of Young Lions. They have their own shows. There are so many Young Lions.
So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know. I don't think it matters who wins, because I think at the end of the day, if Kenny wins, he goes to New Japan and he's like, okay, back to business, guys. I think he's going to get kicked out anyway. I think Tonga's going to kick him out.
I think Cody wins here. I don't like
you think
it.
Cody won? And then Cody goes over and he's the one who gets his ass kicked?
Yeah.
It may be, I mean, either which way.
My
I
prediction.
think Tonga's going to be the new leader.
My prediction is if one wins, the other has to lose. Kota wins, Kenny has to lose. If Kenny wins, Kota has to lose. I don't think they would have them both conquer in the same
It
show.
would be, well, yeah, maybe. I think either of them would be fine with jobbing to the other two. Honestly, and I don't think this.
But
would
I'm
end
going
the
to be
feud by
honest, it's
far.
not going to be believable to have Hangman Page beat Kota Ibushi. I'm sorry. There's no way. I love Hangman.
It would be huge.
It would be
win,
huge if he
but
scooped it, but it's very hard to sell that as being genuine.
Do you feel the Matt Jackson Kenny Omega stuff is over with?
As far as what?
You think it's the Golden Lovers versus the Young Bucks squashed everything?
No.
Or do you feel like there goes? I feel like they'll still have a Matt versus Kenny match at some point.
We've yet to see. Anyway, those are our predictions for Supercard of Honor.
There it is.
There it is.
I think Cody versus Kenny may be the biggest match of the weekend.
Oh, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly. I think that is
Which
set
is going
in
to be
stone,
great.
because that's been set, and then it's been brewing
The build has
for
been
quite
amazing.
some time.
It's going to be hilarious, though. Cody is going to have the biggest match of WrestleMania weekend.
About time.
There you have it. Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, share,
Like we said,
comment.
100 subscribers, and this one will do DDP Yoga from the deck of the Cruise of Jericho with DDP.
Yeah.
And
Bang!
she'll get in the front,
I will.
so we'll see DDP
I will do it.
doing yoga.
I'm
and
a
then
man
we're
of
gonna
my
see
word.
her doing yoga. Her and Joy Ryan are men of their words. Also, she'll grab Joey Ryan. We'll see how that goes.
If Joey Ryan shows up on the Cruise of Jericho, I will grab his dick. I will do it.
And she'll probably get suplexed.
I will get dick-flexed. It will happen.
Guaranteed. Right into the ocean.
Yeah.
Turn the ship around.
Just leave me.
Joey's like, I got it.
Just like, zip.
Yeah, subscribe. 100 subscribers before she leaves on the Cruise of Jericho.
You have until October, so there's lots of
Share
time.
this. Send it to your friends. And tell them to subscribe. And other things will probably happen. There's no telling what she's going to do on this trip.
Who knows? Who knows if I even make it there?
That'll be filmed too, I'm sure.
Yep. All right.